My name is Silas. I am 32 years old, and I work as a police officer in a remote mountain village. I had handled many cases in my career: theft, assault, even murder. But nothing prepared me for what happened on that mountain. There was an abandoned building deep in the hills near our village. Recently, 4 young men had gone there on an exploration trip and never came back. Their families reported them missing. During the investigation, I heard from a senior colleague that this was not the first time people had disappeared there. Over the years, several villagers, hikers, and outsiders had vanished after entering that building. Every time the investigation ended the same way: no bodies, no blood, no evidence, as if they had never existed. I decided to go there myself. From a distance, the building looked wrong. Even before stepping inside, I felt an unease crawling under my skin. The structure stood alone, surrounded by dead trees and silence. The air felt heavy, like it was pressing down on my chest. Beside the building was a small temple. A single monk lived there. I approached him and asked about the abandoned building. The monk looked at me for a long time before speaking. His eyes were calm but filled with something deeper: fear mixed with certainty. He told me the building was possessed by demons and warned me never to go near it. I scoffed. I did not believe in such things. I told him I was a police officer and that I dealt in facts, not superstition. But his expression did not change. He said, "Never go inside. But if you must, then remember this. If you hear something, leave immediately. When the demon opens its mouth, the gate of hell opens with it." I half-heartedly agreed and thanked him before walking toward the building. Inside, it was dark and cold. I used my flashlight to scan the interior. Broken walls, rotting floors, long hallways that seemed to twist unnaturally. Then I saw it: 2 glowing eyes staring at me from the darkness. A man from the waist up, a serpent from the waist down. His scales scraped against the floor as he slithered. His eyes glimmered with curiosity. He whispered something I could not understand. I aimed my gun at him and demanded to know who he was. He did not answer. He only muttered incoherently before fleeing deeper into the building. Against my better judgment, I chased him. Suddenly, my vision was swallowed by complete darkness. Then a booming voice echoed all around me. "My master is pleased. New food has arrived." Every hair on my body stood on end. Then I heard the monk's voice inside my head: "Leave the building now. You have crossed the entrance to hell. The serpent has lured you inside." I could see nothing, but chanting began to echo in my mind. The darkness shattered. I was no longer in the building. I stood inside a living space surrounded by red veins, pulsing like flesh. Heat radiated from every surface. It felt like standing inside a furnace. On the floor was a massive hole. Inside it writhed something resembling the intestines of a colossal creature. The walls contracted and expanded like lungs breathing. Hands began reaching out from the hole, pale, desperate, countless. They grabbed me and pulled with unnatural strength. I fought back, but the force was overwhelming. I slid closer and closer to the pit, as if the ground itself wanted to swallow me. My body began slipping inside like falling down a fleshy slide. I screamed. I resisted with everything I had. Then I heard a door burst open. The monk's chanting echoed thunderously. A piercing scream followed. The hands vanished instantly. The heat faded. The stench disappeared. The scent of lotus flowers filled the air. The hole began to shrink. The veins receded. The hellish space collapsed into nothingness. I collapsed. Weak, empty. Then everything went black. When I opened my eyes, I was lying inside the small temple. The monk sat beside me, chanting softly. He told me I had been in grave danger and that I must never return. I thanked him for saving my life and left in silence. Since that day, I never went near the building again. Only later did I finally understand. The missing people were not lost. They were consumed, and the building was not abandoned. It was feeding,